presenting tonight. And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. And I will, where we have someone monitoring, so any question that needs to be asked at the moment, we will bring it up to Jen or Heather. Otherwise, we're just going to leave the questions to the end. After we get through all the content and the slides, we're going to open it up to question and answer. And before that, we will have a raffle, so stick around. All right, enjoy.
Okay, I'm trying to back it up.
You can just keep it here, it's fine.
Okay, you ever have those moments? Okay.
I'll start here.
Oh, good.
Okay, so for week 2, we are talking about plugging and playing. And the whole concept of that really is we want to make this seamless. So if you have people that are interested in Young Living, we're going to share with you today the resources in terms of tools and people that you can plug those people who are interested into the things that we already have, right? So the key message is keep it super simple. One of the most important things is to be authentic in how you're teaching and how you're sharing and anything you're doing. I don't care what it is. If it's a service related, if it's a service, if you're doing something of service, you want it to come from the heart. You want to be in relationship, meaning that you are building a relationship with that person, and anything you're doing it's kind of a give and take both ways, right? So you're sharing with each other, you're talking about your experiences, and you're taking the time to listen to what they want, to what they need, to how you can be of service or help to teach them, okay? The other key is to utilize the resources. We're going to talk about what is an upline. We're going to share with you some tools, whether it be online, in-person, physical books, and things like that. And then, of course, number 3 is probably most important. We want to be having fun while we're doing this. We want to enjoy the process. This should not feel like work. This should not feel like it's a requirement of some sort. And if it does, come to us, because we want to help make you feel comfortable and find what's necessary in you to help you develop, so that way this becomes more seamless and genuine and just fun.
So can I just make sure that we didn't skip over the Envision? Because did I fly by that already?
I don't know. Go ahead.
That should be next. I believe it's the next slide, Heather.
I know. This is so weird. I'm wondering if my keyboard has lost battery power because it's. Hang on, I can do it. Hold on. No.
Okay, so backtracking a little bit. Week 1, we went over the oil, the essential oil for the week, and the affirmation. So week 2's oil pairing is Envision. This is one of my absolute favorite oils. So this is a scent that stimulates creativity, resourcefulness. It helps you to envision the things that you want, the things that we're trying to attract. And the affirmation for this week is, I am solutions oriented and open to using all available resources. So as you're going to be implementing these different tasks and the homework throughout the week, and before you start talking with your people, use the Envision, put it all over, smell it, and say that affirmation as just a way to seal it all in and get yourself ready. I found great power in Envision for myself, not just in Young Living, but in my overall career.
My touch screen, so we're going to go forward again.
All right, so let's talk about being authentic and how we're really going to ensure that what we're doing is coming from our heart. Okay, so we're going to start with some ways to share Young Living, because we understand that everyone is coming from a very new position here, and we want to make sure that you feel comfortable in the ways in which you can begin discussing or working with people. Heather, you're getting an F for this today. Thanks for staying patient, guys. Okay, so there's daily encounters, right? And of course, this is more pre-social distancing, although as things are opening up, we can definitely be working with people outside, meeting where you, however that you and that person feel comfortable. But I love one-on-ones. I love just, or this is actually not even one-on, this is just you are meeting people while you're out, doing your thing, living your life. And, you know, like when I work out, right? I have a big group of people I work out with. They see me putting peppermint on my stomach every time, and they're like, what's that? And I say, okay, here's some, put it on your stomach. Tell me how you feel when you're working out. So it's just sharing through your normal daily encounters. Then you have casual meetups. So that's when someone says, hey, I'm kind of interested. Can we talk more about this? And you're like, yeah, sure. Let's meet at such and such a place. We'll chat, or you come over, or, you know, this is more of a one-on-one where you're asking them, what is it you're looking for? You're listening, you're asking questions. This is about them. This isn't about you, right? We're helping them. We're bringing wellness into their life. Yes, you can share your experience, but it's about them. Anytime you're talking to someone. In-person classes, similar to, you know, what we're doing here, but when we can do it in person, online classes. And these are all just ideas. We're going to get into some of them a little bit more as we go through this whole master class, but this is just giving you ideas in your head of like, you know, oh yeah, maybe this person likes virtual. Then you want to just keep in mind that for Susie, she's more of like a Zoom person, but maybe Bobby likes to go for a cup of coffee, and that's what, you know, his level of comfortability and learning different things. Of course, we have, you know, links and resources that if you have someone who wants to know something specific, please ask us. So if you meet a friend and they're like, they want to know all about CBD, we have plenty of material for CBD, whether it's a physical book or it's a link. So that way you can be sharing with that person immediately based on what it is they're looking for. We have events, so rallies come up throughout the year. Convention is this weekend, Wednesday-ish, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is the Young Living Convention. If you haven't bought your ticket, I highly suggest doing that. I'm also going to be doing like, I have a ticket, so if someone's not sure and you want to just pop in for a few things, please let me know. I'm more than happy for you to come view some things with me too. And then specialty classes, so make and takes, play dates, you name it, there's a way to share it. Okay, so we want to know, tell us in the chat box, how did you do last week? The homework was about sharing with some people, making a list of the 10 people and sharing with at least 5, or the goal was to share with 5. How did you all do with that? Let me see in the chat. Any progress, any, you know, anything that came up that you were like, oh, I wasn't sure how to handle this situation or this person? Crickets, guys. All right. Still planning. Okay. That's okay. That's not a bad thing. You know, everyone processes the information and takes time to feel comfortable in sharing. So that's absolutely fine. Okay, awesome. Now I'm getting some more. Chatted with one. I see shared with a couple in Ecuador. That is really, really awesome. So Laura, is that family? Is that friends?
Yes, actually, a couple of weeks ago, my father-in-law, he bought a kit for me, so he's my first. Woohoo! And so it's just a family, some family friends that he knows. So I'm actually going to help them trying. Actually, we've been playing phone tag because the internet is not as good as we have it here in the States.
Yeah.
So, but they are interested in the Ninja Red. And the couple also has a son who's a doctor. So, of course, the doctor has to review what the parents are doing. So they're like, hey, this product is really good. You need to find out more information from Laura. So we've been playing on and off. So hopefully we'll plug that in soon.
That's
and Laura, that's something that you can follow up with Felicia and myself, and we can help you get that information, because there's some information in Spanish if needed. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm kind of excited about that.
Yes. Terrific. Riva, my 5 shares were all excited for me. A few said they want to hear more about it. Excellent, Riva.
Yeah, that's great. Yasmin had some class and some one-on-ones. This is great, guys. I love that. Okay, so this is really good. I'm happy that everyone's like finding the way in which it's comfortable for them to share. So, okay, let's keep going then. You want to go to the next slide, Heather? All right, so let's talk about why we're sharing Young Living. And, you know, this is, of course, we all have our own why, very specific why as to what drives us to continue sharing products, using oils on people, teaching classes. And it's really, when it comes down to it, it's all a matter of paying it forward, okay? And for every oil or oil-based product we use, that's one less chemical we're putting on our bodies, our kids' bodies, our pets' bodies, our home, the earth. And that's the overall why of, you know, what I hope you feel as to why you're sharing or going to share. All right, so let's talk about some do's and don'ts. So these are things we don't want to do when sharing Young Living. We don't want to give someone a sample and walk away, right? We want these people to use the sample, the product, when we're with them. If you give somebody something and you say, here, try this oil, call me, I'm going to bet 9 times out of 10 that person's not going to call you. 9 times out of 10, they're probably not even using it. It's going into a drawer or, you know, sitting in some kind of place somewhere, and it's not even being used. So when you're with the person is when you want to be putting oils on them or products and making sure that you can talk to them about the experience they're having as they're applying it or whatever they're feeling. We also don't want you to get caught up on needing to know exactly what each oil is good for. As you continue with Young Living, you're going to know based on the things that you're using. And we don't need you to know, you know, oh, well, you have to have copaiba for this and citrus fresh for this and cinnamon. Like, that's so much time invested. There's books for that. You don't have to be the book. We're going to use the references. Instead, we want you to share how you're using it or why you're using it. So instead saying, yeah, I put a drop of my copaiba in my water in the morning and I drink it throughout the day, you know? And then you could say, oh yeah, together we'll grab the book and figure out like what exactly this is used for. But this is how I use it and why, right? You also don't want to just give your information, your business card, and expect someone to come contact you, because that's just like throwing information out there and not asking them what it is they're looking for. So you want to say, what is it you want? How can I help you? How can I give you information, products, oils for your needs? And let me have your information, because I want to follow up with you in a few days. I want to call you in a week and see how you're doing and see how you're enjoying these products. We're not going to make it about the sell or about you, meaning myself. So if I'm talking to someone, this is not about me. This is not the Jennifer show where I'm talking about all these things I do and, you know, what I'm dealing with in my health. And no, this is about what they need. And anything you're going to share is going to be pertinent to what they're looking for. You're going to share an experience to make them more comfortable, giving you more information. And lastly, we have about spamming people in social media. So promotional graphics are good, and so is like sharing different posts. But if you share something and you don't write something that's relevant to you or relevant to what the post is even about, people, when you have just a share, it goes super low in Facebook. If there's nothing typed in, it's very rare that people are even going to see that. So there's a lot of algorithms and reasons for why some of your posts may even be not getting as many likes. If there's lots of text on a graphic, lots of links, it's not going to be shared as much and people actually aren't going to see it. So you're better off taking a picture of your water that you have your vitality oils in and like sharing a little snippet of what you're drinking, why you do that, and how you use them. Okay, now I'm gonna pass it over to Heather, and we're good on time, Heather, so I'm giving it over to you.
Making sure we're good on technology. Okay, so we understand that it's communicators aren't born. This is something we all practice. We've done the bad things. Like, we've all done it. I've been there, done that. Like, I know, I promise I can look back at some of my older posts and they're like, wow, like, well, you know, but we do the best we can. So, like, listen, no judgment, no big thing. That's why we're all here. We work together to help each other. Social media, we know this is a super hot topic. We know, we heard the vibe, you know, that the group wants to learn more. And because of that, we're setting up a special deep dive bonus session with Tierney Ferry this Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. So Tierney's putting together some of her best tips and tricks. Not everything, but she's just going to give us some more like ways that we can do social media in a way that feels very heart-centered and is appealing. So it's something we all practice. So anytime you guys have a post that you're thinking about, feel free to like reach out. We can like let you know if it feels good, or if you're not getting likes or people are scrolling by. Like Jennifer said, it's probably due to an algorithm, or it may feel a little bit like inauthentic. It might not be like, people want to just know about us. They want to know about you, what your stories are. So anywho, when it comes to sharing from the heart, we want to also make sure we're using appropriate claims, helpful uses, and then the joys of our using the oils. So how are these products labeled? Like an example, I'm not going to say that I use my regular Thieves in my wellness tea. I will use the Thieves Vitality and a drop of that in my wellness tea in the wintertime to support, you know, wonderful or good, healthy respiratory or immune support. So I'm going to make sure the claim is appropriate. We're going to teach you also about using the products as intended. So, you know, the white labels versus the regular labels. So these are Thieves Vitality, Thieves regular, same oil. FDA requires us to do this Vitality because they don't want us making claims we should not. Doing our research. If we're not sure about something, we can always go in. There's plenty of resources to do research. If you don't know, come to one of us. We'll share with you where we go. PubMed and is a wonderful place, or Google Scholar is another one. And telling our story compliantly, and we're going to show you what that means. So, yeah, okay. So like, this is an example of a product information sheet. Young Living has one of these just about for every oil and product that we have. So this is the sunscreen, the mineral sunscreen lotion. And it's talking a little bit about, you're not going to see the word, you shouldn't see the word sunburn anywhere. It's about sun protection, you know, non-greasy. You're going to put this on your body. You don't take it internally. That's going to tell you some things like that. It's going to give you the experience with it and the background of it. So these are very, very helpful. They're found in the virtual office. You can really go and have a ball in there learning about the products just in our own virtual office. Okay. So I am missing a slide and I don't know why. Okay, so we had something called Say This and Not That, which was a kind of a cool chart, and I'm guessing the reason it didn't come over is due to technology. Maybe I did a cut and paste, but it was giving us some examples of things we can say. So I'm going to tell you an example of one. So I'm not going to tell you, yeah, I use joy because I have depression. I'm going to say, I use joy because it helps uplift my mood. It makes me feel uplifted and happy. I'm going to tell you, instead of saying, I use frankincense on this spot on my cheek that I think is skin cancer, I'm going to always say, I use frankincense to support healthy and beautiful skin. So that's an example of like what not to say and what to say. So you can feel that when it goes into the area of like a hot topic word, disease type states, and that was probably one of those slides that did not come through. That is what we're not doing, because we are not doctors, we're not diagnosing, we're not curing, and we in Young Living, it's so much better when we go toward the above the wellness line, above the preventative, that type of thing. Yes, we know there are health issues, and most of us have come in for a health issue. However, I'm going to tell you, I came into Young Living for my daughter's asthma and allergies. Well, I will always say that we use Ningxia Red to support her immune system. We put RC, respiratory comfort, on her chest to support great respiratory health. And we diffuse eucalyptus radiata in the bed for breathing. So those are some things that I will say if somebody comes toward us. So let's do a little bit of fun play here. In the chat box, if somebody comes to you saying that, you know, they want to know what they can do, they're worried about their kids going back to school and their kids are always sick, and they're going to say, well, what do you do? What can you do to help me? So instead of saying, why don't you go ahead and get the fees and roll it on their feet to help prevent the flu, we're not going to say that. So can you, and this is just a play on this. So in the chat box, let us know some ways that you could maybe phrase that in a way that would be more compliant and more above the wellness line, like supporting their health.
Yeah, and it could be any oil. So like, how would you share any oil or product to, you know, help explain to someone like why their bodies could benefit? Yeah, boost your immune system. Exactly. Perfect. And there's a lot of products that we can say boost the immune system. What else? Okay, Riva says, what has been working really well for my kids is I've been rubbing thieves on their feet at night to support their immune system. And it's a nice bonding time. That's awesome. Yes. I use lavender to help me relax and fall asleep. Relax is a great word.
It is.
Yes. Yeah, I would have your child start Ningxia for a good start to the day. Perfect. Perfect, guys. These are all really good.
Good job. And it takes practice. Trust me, it takes practice to get better. Ningxia Red for lots of energy. Exactly. Thank you, Laura. Good job. Okay, so moving forward. So with all of this sharing, we also want you to know about some more resources. Each week, we're going to be continuing to provide you more resources. So in our team, our organization, we have a class cycle that is ongoing. And this is something that we are working toward getting in place so that as you are going out into your lives, meeting new potential friends, you know, bumping into people, like Jennifer was saying, all the different ways that you can have interactions with members. So let's just say now that all the stores are opening up, you're going to be bumping into more people these days. And I'm sure we're all still going to be putting on our oils to support our immune system. So when you come and you find somebody and they're like, wow, you smell great. You met them out with TJ Maxx, you're out there, and they're like, yeah, oh, thanks. And then they say, what is that? And you're like, well, this is my, you know, this is my thieves or whatever it is you have on. And you're like, well, I love that. Like, you smell amazing. So what could you do? So you can plug them into our introduction to the Young Living lifestyle. If you're interested, you know, we have this thing on Wednesday night. Feel free to come with me. It's just no pressure, easy breezy, hop on. Learn with me, I'm going, let me know. And then you grab their info and they say, sure. And then you give them the link, then they're in. So that's an overall high level overview of the Young Living lifestyle. Every single Wednesday night, we have that opportunity. It's great to come, and it's most powerful when we bring members with us. And then help our members bring their members. So that, again, that paying it forward. Then beyond that, we have like a 101. So this would be an intro to oils, Ningxia Red, thieves, or CBD. And those are our four premium starter kits right now. So an oils 101 would be like, you've got your oils kit. Let me just show you now how to go and use your 12 oils. Ningxia Red, how to go deep diving in there. Thieves and the CBD. So we've been teaching these classes throughout within the Good Life Oils group. So they're very exciting, and those are based on our starter kits. Now, once somebody is a member and they've got their starter kits, there is I've got my kit, now what? So sometimes a member they'll join, they'll get their starter kit, and they may they don't know what to do with it. Sometimes they just sit on their shelves, or they think they need to save the oils for safekeeping. But this is something that's going to help them say, look, beyond this, you know, maybe greening your home with a Thieves cleaner or the laundry detergent. This is going to really be something to help people get outside just that starter kit. And it really does help them to see the lifestyle, that this is not just a kit, you got your kit and now you're done. Because if that's all we're doing, we're really not doing them that much of a favor. Honestly, aware that there is this whole lifestyle, and they're starting to get their products on essential rewards. They're starting to switch and ditch, crowding out like the chemicals with the safer products. That's what's really going to change lives, helping them. So I've got your kit now. What it's more of a 201, and it's leading into the helps people get onto the essential rewards program. It really does. And then we've got our specialty class, like the savvy minerals, the beauty, the skincare, the pet class, oils and emotions. Oh my goodness, we have so many. It's super fun. So those are very specialty classes, and then we have the intro to a biz. So this month we're kind of doing this deep dive into getting your products paid for. So our cycle this month is we'll still have the intro on Wednesdays, and this 4-month series masterclass is more, I wouldn't say biz related, but it is geared toward that a little bit more because we're showing how to get your products paid for through the business opportunity. And then of course we got convention coming up, so that's going to be our specialty, like major special stuff. So like Jennifer said, you've got 2 more days to get a ticket if you want to online. And anyway, so that's our class cycle that we have, and we're working to, as we grow as a team, we're getting better like all the time. And so we're going to have these lined up. And if there's something that you and your, let's say you're got this burning desire to learn about something and you don't see it on our team calendar, talk to the person who enrolled you or the person who invited you here to this class and say, hey, I need a class on like, I don't know, like the skincare, and it's not on the calendar. So we will create a class for you. So don't ever hesitate to speak up. We will make it happen. Okay. All right. Plugging into the class cycle. So there's a couple things. There's a quote that is, alone we go fast, but together we go further. So it is true. You can definitely do everything by yourself, but our industry, Young Living, is a part of it's network marketing. So this is way more fun together. It is truly a team sport. None of this could happen if this weren't for all of us pulling together, working as a team. This would not be here. None of us would be here if it weren't for each other. So we grow farther and faster together, and it is, as I will always say, hashtag more fun with friends. Without a doubt, and I've heard this saying, it's lonely at the top, it's no fun. We want to kind of rise up with each other and help each other. So success like speed. If you do like one thing this month and you're like, okay, well, maybe 2 months from now I'll do something else with Young Living. Well, that's not very exciting. I want to go where there's somebody who's like rocking and rolling and sharing, and they have like this team camaraderie and bonding. That's what our team is. So we're this speedy team, and we're moving along quickly together because people want to have a part of that action. It's like a rocket ship. People want to hop on the rocket ship and go. So more meetings or more meetups, hanging out, whatever, means more momentum. The more we do together, the more excitement builds, the more people hop on. It's like this giant, awesome vortex. Like, you just can't stop it if you wanted to. All good. Okay. So upline Facebook groups. What is an upline? You're going to hear this word. You've already heard it. I'm just going to reiterate. An upline is basically your support people, those who have been enrolled before us. So the people, so like Kim is my upline, and so we're all technically her downline. So the top 2 Facebook groups that we highly recommend that everybody gets in is the Glow Team, Good Life Oils, which is Kim's, like she's heading of it, but we all collaborate in it. So it's a very collaborative group. It's our hub to talk about news, products, welcome new members. We were doing happy hours for a while during our quarantine time. So that's like our product hub community. And then we have a group called Grow, which is a cross-line group, meaning Team Young Living. It's from all over, everybody from all over the place, and it's business tips. It's a great group. There's a ton of wonderful things. So as you're starting to want to learn a little bit more about the business side and things like that, the Grow group is great to be in. There's probably 50-something thousand people in it. It's incredible. You can find anything you need in there, basically. So beyond that, we have some additional Facebook groups: Self-Care Global, Joyful, Aroma Club, and the YL Family Team, which is these are more of our upline leaders, and they have different flavors. So If you love winning prizes and giveaways, the Joyful Aroma Club is a great place for that. And these are all our bigger groups, so there's a lot more people in there. You don't have to be in there. You really don't. You may want to come in, see if you like it. If it's too much, get out. You can go in and out. It doesn't matter. Or you can just turn off your notifications too. YL Family Team, that's where Chris Opfer posts all of the weekly classes. He does some giveaways. It's great. So these are, like I said, they're a little bit, have different vibes, but they're all part of our upline support team. So, you know, eventually you probably will be in all of them, but you don't have to. It's not required. Let's mention that. Okay. Okay. And what are our resources? So we're always going to be each week giving you new things, and we also are going to be reiterating the ones that we feel are very, very important. So we've got free resources and paid resources. So in the beginning, you know, go for free. Use what we have available. So the top one is this YL Share app. And it is something you can download in the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. And in this, you're going to have access to, there's a personalized enrollment link there. You can send out videos to friends when they want to learn about something. There's a way you can send out personalized samples to prospective members. So that's a wonderful one. Get in there and play around with it. It's an excellent app to have, and it's free. It's part of your membership. So I recommend everybody, as soon as they enroll, I sit down with my members and I say, okay, let's download this on the phone. So that's one. The Learn, Share, Grow, that's created by Chris and Vicki Opfer. That's where we've got the link to the Zoom classes. And there are these personalized videos that are incredible. Toward the end, if you had a chance to look in those videos, we highly recommend you get in there. And that's something you'd be sending to your friends and family who are curious about more. They're 2 minutes long. We talked about that last week. Hope you've had a chance to check those out. And then we have our virtual office, the Getting Started tab. It's actually a place where you can go in and it's like a tutorial. It's going to get you going through basics of oils and getting to know your team, your upline. If you haven't done it yet, please go in and do that, and or ask your the person who invited you here today to show you where it is if you can't find it, or just message me. I'll be happy to tell you about it. And then we've got monthly graphics, pre-written classes, Instagram stories, social media type things, and a website contact management system. These are all paid. We're going to talk a little bit more about this on Wednesday with Tierney in her social media deep dive. So just wanted to let you know, you've got the free, so start there first, and then as you get going in this business, you know, you'll want to learn about the others, but it's not necessary in the beginning. Okay. All right. So must-have resources for us as we're starting to share to get our products paid for. Got to be consuming our Young Living products and then trying new things each month. The YL Share app and the Essential Oil Desk Reference, the Desk Mini, the Pocket Reference, and the Mini. So I'm going to show you really quickly. Right here is the Desk Reference. This is kind of like a big Bible of your products. Highly recommended for anyone to have this, because you're going to want to learn about the science of the oils, and you're going to want to learn about how to look up. If somebody asks you, hey, what do I do with Copaiba? I don't know what to do. You're going to look it up, say, well, let's look in the resource book, and you're going to find it this way. So this is one way. Old school, but yet very valuable. There is the app on the phone, the reference guide for essential oils. That's another one. I mentioned that one before, but this is a great one. You can get these on Amazon these days. I know the Life Science Publisher is who sells them, but I've seen them out on Amazon too. And we're also going to be doing a challenge for a Pocket Mini. Jennifer, if you will hold it up. Got it.
This is the little Pocket Mini. It's really nice. This is great for someone who's just getting started. It goes through and shows. So all these desk references pretty much have all the oils, all the products in one book. So if someone says, oh, what should I do for XYZ? Instead of making a claim, you say, okay, let's reference the book. Let's look it up. because then you're also teaching others you're empowering others to feel comfortable doing the same thing. So we're raffling off this little guide this week. Do you want me to keep going? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So basically what we're going to do is whoever has the most signups between today and Sunday at midnight will win this little pocket, the mini reference. So it's a little, who's going to hustle the hardest this week, but also just to make it fun and do a little contest with you all.
We'll throw down.
Yeah.
Okay. So this week, let's go over some of our action steps. So with our plug and play, we tried to show you can plug into the resources and like hit the play button. Like this is not recreating the wheel. This is all here before us. So every day and night, use your Envision oil with the affirmation. Recapping, just if you haven't already, go back and start talking to your 5 people in your short list, or if you've gotten to those 5, maybe continue on to your next 5, and then you've gotten through that, it's always keep adding more people to your list. So you're always going to be thinking of people who've been living good blessed. Go into the virtual office and complete the getting started modules. Then we would like for everyone to go into the Learn, Share, Grow website, and there is a 23-page intro. So the link is not on here. We could actually probably pop it into the chat.
It's on the next slide, but yeah, for sure.
It is, okay. All right, cool. So this is actually a script. So if you are like, hey, I've got someone, they are wanting to know about Young Living, what do I do? You take that script and you read it. So it was written by Chris and Vicki Opfer, and it is basically the most duplicatable thing you could ever do. You could say, in fact, this is what I used to do when I first started. I would say, okay, so I'm really new and I don't know what I'm doing, and would it be okay if I come over and practice my little spiel on you? And my friends would always say, of course, come on over. And I would do it, and half the time they'd be like, wow, like that was cool. I want to get some products. So, that's a wonderful thing. No one's going to turn you away from practicing on them. So if that's what it takes to make you feel comfortable to go talk to somebody, use that excuse. Go for it. It's a valid one and it works. So print that out, and even if you practice on your husband or your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, do it. And then Wednesday night, hop on 2 things. 7 p.m. is going to be our social media with Tyranny, and at 8 o'clock is the intro to the Young Living. If you've got someone who's ready to plug into the cycle, right? And if you haven't been through one on your own, go ahead and get in there so you can watch it and see how it's done from Chris Opfer. And then that's just recapping our contest. All right, so these are the links: the Learn, Share, Grow, the product information pages where you can go in there and pull up anything about any of the Young Living products if you want to learn more about them, and the Getting Started module in the virtual office. So those are our 3 resources for the week. And then again, as we mentioned, very hot topic with Social Media 101 with Tyranny Barry. It's going to be this Wednesday at 7. Same bat time, same bat channel for our deep dives we've been doing. And this is the Glow link, the Glow room we have right here. Okay, so we're very excited for that. If you have specific questions, feel free to text them or message them to us. So we'll make sure Tyranny can take a peek at that. And then next week, Monday the 22nd, this will be after convention. So it's going to be kind of a fun week. We're going to be talking about Show Me the Money. So commission structure, bonuses, comp plan, the power of essential rewards, perks and prizes that we have. And we will be talking about some changes that might be coming forward in convention. So hopefully you will hear them live, but then if not, you're going to get to hear us next week talk about that. Good stuff, exciting stuff. Okay. Woo! How we doing, everybody? All right, I'm going to let everybody come off unmute. I feel like I don't want you to be silenced anymore. So this is the time where we try to break it up a little bit for people to ask questions or interact a little bit. And we know it's like a lot of content, but if there's something that's like burning in your mind that you did not cover and that you would like to like recap or discuss, we would love to hear it right now. Feel free to unmute.
Can I get that affirmation again? I missed it in the very beginning.
Absolutely. If I can find it. I'm scared to do anything with the computer tonight. It's been going crazy. Hang on.
Oh, I can say it. Oh, there she goes. Okay, good.
Look at this. And there's these slides that we're hiding. Here you go, Linda. You see it? I am solution oriented and open to using all available resources. Got it?
Yep.
So can you see this? I'm not sure what happened. This is the say this, not that.
Heather, can you make it bigger so we can see it a little better?
Yeah, let me
I
try.
can't see that.
Problem is for some reason the graphic's not loading. So again, all these slides are shared with you guys. I can post in the chat again where you go to find them, and you can go back. This way you don't have to take notes really in these sessions. You have all the material there for you. They'll have all these graphics and all these things if you want to share with someone else or reference it. And I can put that in the chat.
Okay. Anybody raising your hand for questions? Let's see how we're doing. Okay. All right. So if there are no questions, we have our raffle. So we thought this week it'd be fun to, let me quit the screen share. Hold on. Oh, Jennifer, you want to pick it up, right?
Yeah. I'll just stop it for you.
There. Okay. So we're going to be raffling off. This is a Fearless Confidence with Essential Oils version 2. This is a great little mini booklet from a Diamond and Young Living, Sarah Harnish. And it's basically a challenge to get you moving forward. If you want, you can read it for yourself and then pay it forward and give it to a new member. If you've already read it, just give it to a new member. So these are great little resources. We've got more of these if you like it. But this is going to go to the lucky winner tonight.
Alrighty, so I am gonna put my sound up so you can hear this. Everyone who's been on the call is typed into the right-hand side. Let's see who wins this book. Dominique!
Congrats, Dominique.
Thanks.
You.
All right, let me stop sharing too, so then we can just see everyone, and if you guys have more questions. All right.
So Jen, I don't know if you ever got the chance to add me to the where I can get the stuff.
Yes, you've been added. I added your Verizon account.